Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am VC Pramod with the midday news. The headlines. Supreme Court decides to examine legal challenge to the abrogation of Article 370, refers matter to a 5-judge constitution bench. In Jammu and Kashmir, daytime restrictions eased in more areas. High schools reopen today. Home Minister Amit Shah says internal security is crucial to make India a $5 trillion economy. Assam government says it is providing assistance on how to check name in the final NRC list. DGCA to review performance of Airbus Neo aircraft in their fleets. On its journey to Moon, Chandrayaan-2 successfully completes its third orbit maneuver. Khelo India has given a fillip to sports in the country, says Golden Girl PV Sindhu. The Supreme Court today decided to examine the legal challenge against the centre's decision to abrogate Article 370, which gave special status to Jammu and Kashmir, and referred the matter to a 5-judge constitution bench. The apex court issued notices to the centre and Jammu and Kashmir administration on a batch of pleas challenging the presidential order by which Article 370 was abrogated. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi was not in agreement with the centre that there was no need for issuance of notice in the matter, as Attorney General K.K. Venugopal and Solicitor General were marking the presence in the court. The bench also said all the matters would be listed for hearing in the first week of October. The government today constituted a group of ministers, GOM, to look into the issues concerning Jammu and Kashmir, which has been bifurcated into union territories after abrogation of provisions under Article 370. Our correspondent, quoting highly placed sources, reports that Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Thawar Chand Gehlot, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar, and Minister of State in the PMO Dr. Jitendra Singh are part of the group. The GOM will suggest various development, economic and social steps to be taken for the two UTs, which will come into existence on October 31st. Meanwhile, the centre is in the process to recruit as many as 50,000 youth for paramilitary forces from Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. This is part of the development measures to boost the local economy and generate employment. According to highly placed sources in the government, there will be focus on developing the food processing and dairy industries. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has said that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. He said, as a peace-loving nation, India will not attack any country, but if anyone attacks, it will be given a befitting reply. He was addressing a gathering at Golden Jubilee celebrations of Naval Science and Technology Laboratory NSTL at Visakhapatnam today.
We will not tolerate anybody's interference in our internal affairs. We are capable of sorting out issues, we will do it. That our Prime Minister also has made very clear. As far as the country's unity, integrity, safety, security is concerned, the entire country must speak in one voice. We should not give scope for the noise that is being made from other side by adding some voice which is not interest of the country.
Russia today backed India on the issue of Jammu and Kashmir, reiterating that Kashmir is an internal issue of New Delhi. Talking to media in New Delhi today, Russian ambassador to India, Nikolai Kudashev, said Moscow's position on Kashmir is that all issues between India and Pakistan need to be solved through dialogue. He added that the differences between the two countries should be resolved keeping in mind the Shimla Agreement and the Lahore Declaration. In Jammu and Kashmir, daytime restrictions have been eased in 81 police stations in the Kashmir Valley. Officials said restrictions would be eased in 10 more police stations by tomorrow. The officials said landlines are being restored in the areas where restrictions have been lifted, and 15 more exchanges are being operationalized in Anantnag, Baramulla, Budgam and Kupwara districts. Our correspondent reports that the J&K administration announced reopening of high schools today in those areas only where restrictions under Section 144 have been removed across the valley. The primary and middle level schools were also reopened in these areas over a week ago. Officials said there is a sizable daily attendance of teaching and other staff at these education institutions, and attendance will pick up gradually. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi today said Kashmir is India's internal issue and there is no room for Pakistan or any other foreign country to interfere in it. In a series of tweets, Mr. Gandhi said he may disagree with the NDA government on many issues, but he is clear on this matter. Mr. Gandhi said there is violence in Jammu and Kashmir because it is instigated and supported by Pakistan, which is known to be the prime supporter of terrorism across the world. The Supreme Court today allowed CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechuri to visit Jammu and Kashmir to meet his party colleague and former MLA Mohammad Yusuf Tarigami. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi, however, directed Mr. Yechuri to only meet Mr. Tarigami and not use the visit for any political purpose. The bench said if the CPIM General Secretary indulges in any political activities, authorities are free to report them to the apex court. Home Minister Amit Shah today said internal and external security of the country is crucial in order to make India a $5 trillion economy. He was addressing 49th Foundation Day celebrations of Bureau of Police Research and Development BPRD in New Delhi. Mr. Shah said unless the nation has the power to stand in front of challenges, it will be difficult to achieve goals. He said more than 34,000 policemen made the supreme sacrifice to maintain internal security of the country. Speaking about police reforms, Mr. Shah said it is a long and continuous process and police have to mold itself according to the challenges of the time.
कि मोदी जी $5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी में देश को ले जाना चाहते हैं और हम सबको भरोसा है कि मोदी जी का जिस प्रकार का नेतृत्व है देश जरूर वहां पहुंचेगा, परंतु वहां पहुंचने के लिए निहायत जरूरी है कि कानून और व्यवस्था की स्थिति को हम बरकरार रखें.
The minister stressed the need to initiate a consulting process across the country for necessary changes in CRPC and IPC. He also said there is a need to promote forensic science universities and colleges to provide speedy punishment to culprits. Mr. Shah said BPRD plays an important role in strengthening the police force. He added that if any government or non-government organization runs continuously for 50 years, it should be understood that good work is being done. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In Assam, the office of the State NRC Coordinator has issued an advertisement on how to check name in the final NRC list. The State Coordinator Office has also given 2 helpline numbers for any assistance. These are 15107 for Assam and 1800-345-3762 for people residing outside the state. More details from our correspondent.
The advertisement says those who submitted claims for not having been included in the complete draft published on 30th July last year or excluded by additional draft exclusions list published on 26 June this year could check their status. Also, those persons against whom any objection had been filed opposing their inclusion can also see their status of inclusion in supplementary list of inclusion by visiting their designated NRC Seva Kendras, Office of the Deputy Commissioner and Circle Officer or online. The advertisement further said that those persons who were included in the complete draft and not excluded by additional draft exclusions list but called for hearings held from 5th July this year onwards could also check their status. With the report of Manas Pratim Sarma from Guwahati, this is Anupam Mishra for AR News.
Director General of Civil Aviation DGCA has called an urgent meeting with Indigo and GoAir today to review the performance of the Airbus Neo aircraft in their fleets. In a tweet, the DGCA said the meeting will take place this afternoon. The issues related to the A320 Neo aircraft's P&W engine, which both the airlines have been facing for years, is likely to be discussed at the meeting. The 2 budget carriers have been facing glitches in the P&W engine that powers many of their A320 planes. The P&W engine-powered A320 Neo planes in the fleets of the 2 airlines have been facing glitches both mid-air and on ground since the induction way back in 2016, which has also led to grounding of some planes. Delhi High Court today sought the response of the centre on a plea of bureaucrat-turned-politician Shah Faisal to give him a copy of the lookout circular issued against him. A bench of Justices Manmohan and Sangeeta Dhingra Sehgal asked the central government to file its response on or before the 2nd of September. The bench listed it for hearing on the 3rd of September along with a habeas corpus petition filed on behalf of Faisal challenging his detention. He is currently detained in Srinagar. The third lunar-bound orbit maneuver of Chandrayaan-2 spacecraft was performed successfully today. An ISRO release says the operation began at 0904 hours using the propulsion system on board the lunar craft. The duration of the maneuver was 1190 seconds, which helped Chandrayaan-2 reach an orbit of 179 kilometers at the nearest point from the moon and 1412 kilometers at the farthest point. ISRO has said all the spacecraft parameters are normal. More from our correspondent.
The maneuver today has helped to reduce the distance between the moon and Chandrayaan-2 further. With one more round of engine burn that is scheduled to be in the evening day after tomorrow, it will be brought in a near circular orbit around the moon. It will be the most suited path for the lander Vikram to separate from the orbiter of Chandrayaan-2 and descend in a slow motion to ultimately land near the lunar south pole on September 7. All eyes are on the culmination of the second expedition of India to the moon, as it is set to propel the nation into an elite space club of nations. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
As the nation gears up to celebrate National Sports Day tomorrow, Khelo India program has got a thumbs up from the leading sports personalities. World Badminton champion PV Sindhu has said the government policies on sports have been quite encouraging these days in the country. In an exclusive interview to AIR, recently crowned world champion Sindhu said Khelo India has been getting good results and helping encourage sports at the grassroots level. Sindhu said every school should have a sports complex and more youth must be encouraged in sports. She said Olympics is her next target and she will start preparing for the series of qualifying tournaments now after spending a few leisure days with her family. She asks young sports enthusiasts to be always fit and have belief in them.
This win means a lot to me because this will give me a lot of confidence and a lot of boost for the upcoming matches and upcoming tournaments. And as you know, it's an Olympic year, so I wish and I hope that I give my best and I get many more medals for the country.
Yoga plays a significant role in keeping people fit and healthy. The government is going to launch Fit India movement tomorrow. Yoga has a distinct role in this campaign. Talking to AIR, Director of Moraji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Dr. Ishwar Basavareddy, lauded the campaign. He said people need to be made aware about healthy food and diet as well as detoxification along with physical activities.
Not only doing some physical fitness program, but also making awareness, and only we can keep fit and the nation will be fit. In this regard, yoga will play an important role, and because yoga is not only for body. Yes, it keeps our body healthy and very good, but at the same time, yoga helps us to calm down our emotions and streamline our thoughts.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed happiness that Statue of Unity has got a spot in the Time 100 Greatest Places 2019 list. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, few days back, a record 34,000 people visited the site in a single day and it is emerging as a popular tourist spot. Mr. Modi also expressed happiness that the water levels at the Sardar Sarovar Dam has reached a historic 134 meters. The Prime Minister shared some breathtaking pictures of the dam and hoped that people will visit the iconic place and see the Statue of Unity. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Supreme Court decides to examine legal challenge to the abrogation of Article 370. Refers matter to a 5-judge constitution bench. In Jammu and Kashmir, daytime restrictions eased in more areas. High schools reopen today. Home Minister Amit Shah says internal security is crucial to make India a $5 trillion economy. Assam government says it is providing assistance on how to check name in the final NRC list. DGCA to review performance of Airbus Neo aircraft in their fleets. On its journey to moon, Chandrayaan-2 successfully completes its third orbit maneuver. Khelo India has given a fillip to sports in the country, says Golden Girl PV Sindhu. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And with that, we end the Midday News.